The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. As always, it's your man, Ruben, in the house. Hope everybody's doing well today. And, of course, with me, as always, is my cousin AG
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
and my homeboy, Mo B.
What's going on, man?
Brothers, it's been a week. It's been an interesting week. And literally, history may happen as we're on air tonight. If you haven't heard, it is a vote that may end the shutdown going on right now. Now, with that being said, the chance of it ending tonight is still few and far between. Everybody ain't in Washington. And then it's still got to go through the House if the Senate does approve it. But I think the big important thing here is there's absolutely zero parts of this possible bipartisan bill that has anything to do with the Affordable Care Act. So even though right now the word on the street is they may have 60 votes, because you may have 5 Democrats say, I'm done with this shit. We got to go ahead and reopen the country. Or it just may not end today. AG, thoughts?
It's ridiculous. You shouldn't be opening the country for anything. Because there are not going to be any concessions coming from the other side. The right got everything they wanted. This is stupid. If you have to respond emotionally to everything, especially in this business of politics, you will never get anything. However, right. the only light side to this to me is just keep your receipts for 2026, 2028. That's all I'm saying.
Agree. Mo B, your thoughts?
This is why the Democrats always lose, because the other side does not give a fuck about your children starving. They don't give a fuck about people not having money. They don't give a fuck about the long food lines, the food shortage. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. As long as the people that pay them the most money get what they want, they don't give a fuck about anything else. And if the Democrats aren't willing to struggle to get bad publicity and impress for a while for its constituents, then, I mean, this is what happens every time. The Democrats say they're going to put up a fight. Chuck Schumer writes a sternly worded letter, and the Republicans get what the fuck they want. It's a party of pussies.
So, with still questions up and bound, Mo B, do you think they will pass today? They will get 60 today to open up the government?
If not today, sometime this week. As soon as the court went with Trump, where he didn't have to necessarily pay the SNAP benefits, the Democrats were done, because now there are too many people out there who just want to get fed. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at anybody who's like, hey, I want this government shutdown to be over. But at the end of the day, like, there is one party who basically just made it be known, fuck your kids, fuck your sick, fuck your hungry, fuck anybody that ain't rich. And like
AG,
AG said, keep your receipts. But I mean, shit. At this point in time, it doesn't matter. Shit's just gonna keep getting worse.
AG, do you think they will get the 60 to pass and open up the government?
Whatever Moby just said, it's about right. I mean, I told you, man. Look, when you respond emotionally to everything, you will never win. My wife and I are talking about it today. She was so upset. I said, look, the reason why the left loses all the time is the attitude that you have. You are not willing to let people die for the greater good. And until you understand that this is a war and people die in a war, we'll never win anything. Now, again, I had to kind of give her the entire story, because what happened last week in the gubernatorial race here in New Jersey is only a precursor to what's going to happen. I told you this when he was elected. That all these things are going to matter. But for the grand scheme of things and in the moment, what Mo said is absolutely true. The narrative on Democrats is that we're weak. And it's always been that way. However, I will say if there's a moral victory, which there are really no moral victories, but if we're going to say that, I'm glad that these people have a heart. But at some point in your life, you have to be a savage to get back to being a human being. If you're not willing to do that, you won't win. If somebody puts a gun to your mother's head and says, if you don't do this or that and the other, I'm going to shoot your mom in the face. And if you do it, you will compromise everything that you are about going forward. And you're not able to say shoot her, you're going to lose. Because at the end of the day, she's got to die anyway. So why not die for a good cause? If you don't have that mentality, that killer mentality, you can't win in this life, because evil lasts a long time. And this is one of the reasons why it does. So you can call me what you want to call me, but if you're not willing to kill someone, you can't win. I'm not saying you have to be a killer all the time. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, when you are fighting killers, you have to go scorched earth. You have to become that person and have the discipline to back off when it's over. But you just can't win. You just can't win being soft. God's not going to win being soft. Do you think the end of the world's going to happen because somebody's being soft in heaven? No way. There is going to be a war. Blood will be shed. He will turn into a killer. So what's the difference between him and us? No, we're spiritually almost the same. We're in his image spiritually. So you have to figure it out, man. If you are not willing to go the distance, you will never win anything. And that's a lot of the reason why the state of America is what it is now. Do you really think if the Democrats were killers that he would have been able to do anything he's done to this date? No way. But we're like my wife. I love my wife, but she's like, well, you're not supposed to be able to. You're right. But guess what? It's happening. What are you going to do? It's happening. What are you going to do? Well, he should be more presidential. He's not. What are you going to do? Well, he's doing this. Great. I agree. What are you going to do?
He didn't get voted in because he was presidential.
Well,
enough people decided that they all right with non-presidential acting people.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man. Look, you have to be willing to let bad things happen in the short term, to do battle with people that love bad things happening all the time. everything Jay Jones felt and put in those text messages. The only thing I saw wrong with it was he shouldn't have put it in a text message. That's the only
exactly
thing
what I was thinking. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Because how many times do we have to sit around and bring legitimacy, couth, decorum to the table when the other side is talking just like him? How many times? Because I told my wife, man, I was like, look, man, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I know that you're appalled, but look, number one, you ain't gonna never tell me that the right hadn't said stuff like this constantly. Terrible things, terrible publicly. Number two, this is a great opportunity for the left to take a page out of the playbook of the right, galvanize around this dude no matter what he did or said, because there is a bigger picture here, and this is not, and being appalled by a text exchange is not the assignment. Thankfully, we got it done, or I don't know that there was supposed to be a special election, but as of me saying this, we got that done. But I'm telling you right now, if we are not willing and able to let our collective and virtual moms get shot in the face over a bigger issue, then we will not succeed in this war that we're in. Because based on the mom that I grew up with, she wouldn't have a problem with it. Because she was all about feeding me to the wolves for the greater good. I promise you she was. She was not that. I mean, don't get me wrong. She loved me. She was loyal to my dad and I, but I promise you, for a bigger issue, she'd be like, this is what we're not going to do. I promise you that. Ann Riddick was not. I just can't deal with this type of weakness.
So
you can't respond emotionally to this.
So you say Ann would have put you out like that dude they put out in Sinners? Because they thought, he was dead, and they just put his ass out.
Yes. My whole family is the same way. I keep telling people this, like, if God asked my dad, like Abraham, to take me up to a hill and stab me in the chest to make sure he was loyal, I already know. He'd probably twist it a couple times, and I wouldn't even be mad. I hear you. Okay. If you don't have that mentality, man, you're done, because the other side are absolute killers. Absolute killers.
To put in perspective what AG is saying, it's, as a coach, I often have this discussion with other coaches. The reason on the football coaching circuit that the reason we really, really, really hate like kids that we get that clearly have been raised by a loving, caring, single mom is because those parents cripple their kids, because we understand that struggle builds strength, and that if something isn't hard, if something isn't difficult, if something doesn't come with a little bit of pain, you don't grow from it. So we're constantly trying to tell some of these moms, because the mom's like, well, you don't have to yell at him like that. Well, his hand hurts, so you should not play. Lady, when this young man turns 18 and he goes out here into the world don't give a fuck about how much you care about your kid.
Not at all.
They're gonna slap the shit out of him, and he's gonna look for your titty to suck, and it's not gonna be there. And he's gonna be ill-equipped to deal with how to survive. We're not trying to punish the kid. We're trying to strengthen him. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's some toxic masculinity traits that happen in coaching that have gone way too far before. I have seen it. And I understand there's a balance. However, if every time something gets hard, if every time somebody yells at your kid, if anytime something goes wrong and he doesn't feel good, you're willing to grab him, cradle him, cuddle him, and protect him from it, you're raising a bitch. And just know that one day somebody's gonna look at your son and go, he's a bitch. Don't get offended by it. Don't get upset by it. You raised him to be it. He is what you made him. Because bitch is learned behavior from a male. It is learned behavior. I don't believe that any young man is born a bitch. I just don't. It is learned behavior.
Oh man, Mo be out here speaking it. You know, two weeks in a row, man. Don't be a bitch. I mean,
By the way, that speech was amazing.
I'm just saying, man, bitch is forever.
And I never thought, but he's absolutely right. I never thought about that, but he's absolutely right.
Anybody you have ever seen do something that was bitch worthy in that moment, you can never unsee it.
No.
You can never unsee it. You can see a motherfucker lose a fight. You can see a motherfucker lose a battle. You can see somebody just come up short, and you can move on. You can be like, hey, he's going to grow from that. He's going to get better. But when you see a dude take a bitch route, that shit is forever.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Train the kids. Don't be bitches. So I mean, hey man, it is what it is. So yeah, they're voting right now. During the week, we'll find out what's up. Speaking of bitches, I want to talk about a story that I saw on CNN before we get into our real shit today. So, and look, this is that time in which I'm gonna get called some real names that ain't Ruben, and that's okay, because I think I'm gonna stand on my belief on this one. So, I think it was a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago, not really sure. A kid who went to Texas Tech shot himself in a car. Suicide is bad. Don't do that shit. Now, here's the problem. When they found him, apparently he was talking to ChatGPT for like 4 hours. And so, of course, ChatGPT, because we talking about it, ChatGPT didn't exactly try to talk him out of shooting himself. And honestly, if you read the stuff that it said, it kind of pushed him. As they said, it kind of pushed him. So the parents are suing the creators of ChatGPT because they're saying that ChatGPT forced their son to commit suicide. All right. First of all, this is going to be a very unpopular take, except for these two dudes right here, because I know they're going to agree with me on this one. Look, man, suicide's some bad shit. Let's just put that out there. Nobody wants that shit to happen to anybody that we know, we don't know, whatever. That's just bad. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that artificial intelligence convinced someone to kill themselves after they're already in a car with a gun talking to ChatGPT about killing themselves, come on, man. You're going to blame the AI. Look, man, I get it. I'm not a parent. But I feel like if I was a parent, you kind of want to blame everybody and everything because you lost your kid. I understand it. We're all emotional and all that stuff. But what you're not going to do is blame an AI because your child who was in college decided that he was done. And you're mad at the AI because the AI didn't say you should get some help, you should call somebody. It did one time. One time it did. First of all, what I would like to say is, having been a person who has had thoughts like that, yeah, like if you already in a car at the top of a cliff with a gun in your car, and then you start texting somebody or talking to somebody about wanting to kill yourself, first of all, you already halfway there because you're in a place and you're prepared to do it. Like, I'm sorry, like your child had some stuff going on, but everybody has stuff going on. I just don't believe that we're going to sit here and blame the Chat GPT for him doing it. Now, what I will say, because they showed some of the things that Chat GPT said to him, kind of fucked up, not gonna lie. Like Chat GPT was savage. Like to the point, like it said some shit like, all right, brother, see you on the other side. Like shit like that. Like to me, if I'd have read that shit, that'd have scared the shit out of me. And I'd be like, you know what? Nah, fuck this. And I ain't trying to do that. Like, yeah. Like, it was some fucked up shit. But it was almost like so fucked up, whereas like to me, I probably would have changed my mind. It was like, nah, let me go talk to somebody. But once again, they're suing ChatGPT for some amount of money. I get it, man. You're sad. I understand that. But suicide is not some shit that you can sit here and blame on somebody else. Like, unfortunately, your child has some issues going on. I'm sorry you didn't see it. And I'm sorry he went to school and he didn't find the help that he needed. Or he didn't find this shit called friends. Like, I understand that. But you can't blame an AI for basically saying, okay, go ahead and jump off the mountain. For me, I just think that's a little far. That's my opinion on it. You know, AG. I mean, what do you? Am I wrong here?
No, nothing you said is wrong. I just feel like they're angry parents. Number one. And I understand the anger and I understand wanting to put blame on something, but I gotta believe when people commit suicide, they want it bad enough to do so. I don't know if Chat GPT was the answer, because I feel like even if someone was there with him, the desire for him to want to kill himself is not going away.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot for someone to get there. It takes a lot for someone to be talked off the ledge, and it takes a lot of work to not go back. And I just don't think anybody was equipped to do so, because a lot of people, getting there is easier than getting back, because a lot of people out of awkwardness want you to just be okay. I've been there before. That's a problem. Having said that, at the same time, kind of not their problem. I mean, you want your friends to be there for you. That's great. But at some point, it's a you problem. Figure it out. If you don't figure it out, I don't know what to tell you. So there's that. Are you willing as a person to come back from everything that it took for you to get there? I don't know. Are you? There's a lot of hard questions to be asked. There's a lot of hard things. There's a little bit of blood under everybody's fingernails, but at the end of the day, it's you. What are you going to do? So if they win in a lawsuit against something that's not human in any way, okay. If they lose, I mean, I'm sorry for your loss. Because for me, having been there myself, you made decisions. You made decisions. Now, as a 50-year-old, 55-year-old person, I can easily say it. I go through issues much easier. When I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 through 30, not so much. But I know for a fact I had to make decisions. I remember the day. It's like, man, this is hard, but you can't do that. You got to do something else. So for me, there's an end result. There's things that happen to get you there, but there's still an end result, man. And if that kid blew his head off in a car, he wanted it bad enough. And that's it is what it is. Because I know what it's like not to want it bad enough. You think you want it, but you don't really want it.
Yeah.
People who get it done want it bad enough. Now, you can take that any way you want to. But if somebody hands you a gun and you immediately put it to your head and pull a trigger, you really want it that bad enough. And if somebody hands you a gun and you go, are you crazy? Then you're not that guy. Figure it out. You're not that guy. You're not that woman. And that's from personal experience. Because being in a place full of people that really have reason and you got to stay there, bro, perspective is, I mean, man, it's a bucket full of perspective when you go that route. So again, like I said, decisions were made. And I'm like, it probably feels good to sue, but in the end, it's not going to be any better because what you really want to happen is not going to happen. Your child is never coming back. And he chose that for himself. And you have to live with that. So that's my take on it. It's not really, there's nothing direct about my answer. There's nothing definitive about my answer except for what has already happened, which is this person is gone by his own hand. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of proves some stuff that I worry about. That, because of the way society is now, we have a lot of kids, man, who are not good at social communication. And when I say that, I mean like social skills, like talking to other people and being comfortable around other people and shit like that. Because like, I get it, man. You get to college and you just get lost. You can get lost because you're literally a number. But the thing about it is, man, that shit's wild. And it sucks that he got to that point where he felt comfortable enough where, yep, I'm done. And that shit sucks. Sorry for the loss for his family. I just think that it goes back to people blaming other people for things that other people didn't do. If you trip and fall and you blame somebody in the other room, like, I mean, did you trip because you weren't watching where you were going? Or you got two left feet, like what we doing? I mean, you can't blame. You can sit there and be like, well, the car was there, but you could have just stepped over the car, or you didn't see it. I mean, the car is there, but that's still a kind of a you problem. Real quick before I get to Moby, Brent say he ain't blaming ChatGPT. Hey, good information, man. Suicide hotline. Call or text 988. If anyone out here listening to the show and you feel like that's part of your life, that's a thought process, call or text 988, man. Like, and he's even said he's been on that call for 4 people. he's called the line for advice to help somebody. First of all, shout out to Brent. Yeah, man, I've seen that and helped one person, and that was rough. I've talked about it on the show. Dude about to jump out of 13-story window. I mean, yeah, he didn't jump, but I wish I'd have put no one to have to ever deal with that, because that's some shit that it really mess you up mentally. So, Mo B, thoughts?
I want to complete my thought before. Well, I want to complete my statement before anybody, I guess, misquotes or takes what I'm going to say out of context. This situation is the difference between like the hard ER or the soft A at the end, and allow me to explain. Like, the more emotion is involved in anything, the more responsibility is sought. So when somebody is super emotional about something, they want something or somebody to be responsible for it. And I completely get that. I don't think anybody, I think everybody can relate to that. When the more emotion you have invested in something, the more you want something or somebody to be held responsible for it. But with that, you can't have the hard ER, emotion, responsibility. You can't have that and have the A. And the A is accountability, because that's what nobody ever wants to face. And the more emotion is involved in something, the less accountability people want to take in it. Because the truth of the matter is the parents don't really blame ChatGPT. They just need to hold somebody responsible for it, because they don't want to be held accountable for trying to wrestle with the fact that he was talking to ChatGPT and not them. He was talking to ChatGPT and not somebody that they deemed as caring that could really do more. And that's a hard thing to say out loud. Like, hey, my kid was struggling, and instead of talking to me or another loved one, they felt so isolated that they were talking to artificial intelligence. Because by saying that, you have to take some accountability in that you played a role in it. And I'm not saying or holding them responsible. But what I'm saying is accountability is often something that's very difficult for people to grasp when you're so emotionally involved in something. And anybody who's ever been in an argument with somebody who's being very emotional in the moment will realize that that person is trying to find somebody to place blame on without them having to take accountability. I've never heard anybody be super emotional and accountable all at the same time. It almost never happens. I almost feel like it's impossible. Like, you'd almost be a superhero if you could do both. Like, be super emotionally invested in something and accountable for your own actions afterwards. Because most people blame their emotions for what they did. Well, I did it because I was super emotional. Hence, the emotions caused me. They're responsible. Not, yeah, I was super emotional and I did something I wasn't supposed to, so I got to own that because I wasn't supposed to do it. That's the accountability. It's hard to do both. So, by no means do I think this lawsuit should go absolutely nowhere. Because, like, you'd have to sue everybody who has any part to do it. So you got to sue the gun manufacturer. You got to sue social media that he was on. You got to sue the university. Like, you got to sue everybody who could have played a part in this if you're going to go as far as to try to sue the people who created ChatGPT. So, my condolences to the parents. I can't imagine, as a parent myself, I can't imagine how I would feel if I knew my child committed suicide after talking to ChatGPT. Not me, not their mom, not their other sibling, not anybody else. Like, they felt so alone that they had to talk to ChatGPT and not me. That is something that I don't know if I could grasp and say out loud. So I can easily see how, blinded by emotion, I would just be like, no, I got to hold somebody or something else responsible for this. So that's just what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I mean, once again, sorry for their loss. I'm gonna echo once again what Brett said. If you feeling that way, call or text 988. Talk to somebody, text somebody, you know. But more importantly, like, hopefully you don't get to that spot where you feel like there's no way to come back. I understand getting down in life, but yeah, that ain't it. So, with that being said, let's go to the question of the day, which is super interesting. On this show, we do a lot of what's the term I want to use? We talk a lot about the ladies and the unfairness of how they think of men. Some of them, not all of them, because we believe that there are some women out there who are good. Obviously, these two have married good people, and I'm looking to find a good one myself. But the one thing we've never really talked about, which is worth putting out there, however you feel, are men entitled? Now, when I put that out there, I knew, as always, when I put something out, I'm going to get, at the very least, my thought, and either they're going to think the same thing, or we all going to think some different shit. So, the reason why I put our men entitled is very simple. Because we've spent numerous shows talking about what we want a partner, what we expect from women, and we've talked vice versa. And I'm not gonna sit here and say we haven't taken any of the blame, because I feel like we have, but we've never really gotten into a conversation, because I do feel like, for whatever reason, women think dudes are entitled. Men are entitled. Women think that. I don't know why they think that. Maybe just because they're the opposite sex and they just think that. So, I do believe men are entitled. We are entitled to be with someone who we want to be with. We are entitled to have a relationship similar to the way we want it. However, I would also say that women are entitled to the same things. Now, the issue is, I'm a man, I'm not a woman. So I'm not going to sit here and try to assume what women want. We don't do that. We just go by what they tell us. And, you know, for some people, such as myself, I'm wrong most of the time. And it's okay. But damn it, I'm 52 years old. And yeah, I'm entitled to get a partner who I want to be with. Period. Now, if we don't vibe, then they're not going to be my partner. However, it is a two-way street. So, with that being said, Moby, are men entitled?
I think anybody can be entitled, but to say are men entitled, I don't know if I quite understand the sentiment. Like, are men entitled in what sense? Because we can both sit on opposite sides of the table, men on one side, women on the other side, and yell out all the double standards that the other sex has. We could just keep yelling across. We could keep kicking that ball back and forth. But to say entitled, I would say entitlement is perception. And in that sense, yes, men are entitled according to women. Their perception is that men feel entitled because they feel like, hey, I need to be the leader. The men gets to be the leader, the breadwinner. However, she has to work and she has to do all the domestic duties, and he still gets to do. But the flip side to that is, like, as much as women feel like guys think and feel and believe that, I don't know too many men that actually know a man that's living that life. Like, so I don't know if I've ever met that guy, the guy that women say is entitled. I don't know if I've ever met him, because I'm just like, and if I did meet him, and this is going to be the effed up part about this statement, if I did meet him, I wouldn't think, oh, he's so entitled. I'd be like, how the fuck did he get away with that? Like, how did he do? Like, what is your secret, brother? Like, hey, please enlighten the rest of us as to how you managed to achieve this magical thing. How did you pull this pussy out your hat? Like, how did you do that? So the entitlement thing is weird because I don't think men are entitled the way that women perceive us to be entitled. However, I can fully acknowledge some entitlement things that I do have, because I know, I've said it before on the show, God forbid something goes south with me and my wife right now, I hit these streets again, I am a hot ass free agent. Now, I don't have any rhyme or reason why I should be. I got medical problems, I got baggage, I got kids, I'm broke, but I still would go out on these streets and be a hot ass commodity. Where she would go out on these streets and people would still want the vagina, but as far as like her marketability, as far as like, she's gonna be perceived as having baggage. That is entitlement. I can fully acknowledge that. That is my entitlement. My entitlement is, hey, if I hit these streets at 40-something right now, like no priors. That's what I'm saying. I ain't got no priors. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got too big of a scandal that everybody know about. I go out on these streets, I'm a hot ass commodity. I go out on these streets and some lady is gonna sit beside me at a bar and be like, oh, she's stupid for letting you go. And this bitch don't know shit about me. Like, she don't know how fucked up I am. She's gonna see all the surface level things and be like, no priors, decent job, not a fuck nigga. Hey, he hot on these streets right now. And we laugh about it, but we're laughing because we all know I'm telling the truth. We all know I'm telling the truth.
You knew you were telling the truth the first time you said this, sir.
So
it ain't changed.
So in that sense, Ruben, yes, I am entitled. But in the famous words of a now member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Andre 3000, he once said, "Girl, you got it bad. Glad I'm not one. But yet you got it good. You are the hot one." And I think that's how guys feel about women. We're just like, yo, we do get some double standard privileges. But yo, you know what I'd love to experience? I'd love to be like, I'm broke as fuck on a Friday night. What nigga can I call to pay for me to have dinner, drink for free, get fucked up, not have to drive nowhere, and be cool on Monday with no obligations or prior? Like, just
pay a dime.
Like, I just want to know what that feels like one time. Now, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't trade places with a woman just for that feeling. However, I would damn sure love to know what that feels like. Like, to just be like, man, I am down fucking bad right now. I got negative $26 in my account right now. I'm hungry. It's Friday, but I still want to party. I still want to have a good time. I still want to get fed. I still want to get drunk. I still want the prospect of having sex and the right to refuse. Let's make this shit happen.
But you realize you've already experienced that, right?
As a guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Okay. It's called being a child, sir.
Oh, you're right, but minus the sex part.
Yeah, minus the sex part. So
But
the
you
rest
know
of
what?
it,
But hey, AG, that sex is a pretty big component of that. That's a pretty
but
that's a
in the
pretty
realm,
important piece of the
but
equation.
in the realm of adulthood, conceptually, you're getting something of value without earning it. That's being a child.
True. I want to know what that feeling is as an adult with the prospect of sex. That's
Understood.
something I
But I just
something
want
I've
you to know
never
most of
experienced.
it you have felt before.
You're right. But as an adult and being able to have sex, never.
Understood.
Like I don't know any dude that look. We've all been I as a guy, I've been braggadocious about this, and I've heard other guys be braggadocious about this, about the prospect of having sex and not contributing anything for the prospect of it. However, as a guy, I don't think I've ever truly felt like I had sex with a young lady in which I wasn't expected or expecting myself to have to at least have a little bit of financial skin in the game. A little bit. Like even if the financial skin was just I had to have fucking gas to get over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never had negative financial investment and still been able to bust a nut that wasn't called masturbation.
Wow.
So
All right.
I would love to experience that type of entitlement, Ruben, but I'm never going to because I have a penis. And I'm okay with that.
All right. AG. Thoughts?
Plenty. You know what? Number one, great question. Because I struggled with it as soon as I read it. I was like, wow. Because at first I was like, nah. And I was like, yeah. I was like, nah. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Then I'm like, nah. And I was like, about an hour ago, I was like, huh. No, we're not. And I'll preface it with my irritation. I'm not saying Roosevelt meant to do this, but when he called the benefits that he procured for the American working person back in the day and called them entitlements, and now people from the right have misused the spirit of the word, I say to myself, like Social Security, it's an entitlement, but it's not because you earn your Social Security. My Social Security is going to be looking different than y'all's is. Plus or minus, doesn't matter. It's based on what you have earned. And so I'm like, just like this question, you can't be entitled to something if you have to work for it. Just like Mo said, even if he's got to pay for gas, he just feels better if he's got skin in the game. That comes from his just being a dude, just existing. This privilege that women say that we have, I think they look to some examples of misuse. What I feel like the most is they don't consider the responsibility that comes along with said entitlement. Women aren't responsible for anything. They are not required to do anything. Everything Mo B feels like he wants to feel just one time screams irresponsibility or lack of responsibility. Everything, I mean, just think back 2 minutes.
No lies detected.
Of the list of things that he wants to feel. And he still couldn't help himself by inserting his maleness in it, saying at least I can have some skin in the game by having gas money enough to go to get the pussy. Women don't have to do any of that except make a call. Sometimes they can meet somebody on the street, or not meet somebody on the street, but having themselves available on the street. I'm not saying being a hooker. What I'm saying is you're just minding your own business, and a dude likes the way you look or talk or whatever, and all of a sudden you have a dinner date, he's going to take you to at least fill your belly. Okay, it might be a 1-star restaurant, but it'll fill your belly for the night if you don't have anything in the refrigerator. He's going to come and get you. Like Mo said, you have the right to refuse the dick. I mean, if you play it right, you can get your nails done. You can say, well, I'm a little stressed out right now because my light bill, blah, blah. And you say, girl, I got you. Just go out with me. Does any of that look, man? I don't see anywhere in there where any woman earned anything. Because look, man, if women were left to their own devices and had to go by everything that they say, they wouldn't make it. They would make it. Men are 100% responsible for everything that goes on.
Yeah, and AJ, I just want to preface this too. With that scenario, that magical scenario I rolled out, that wasn't a magical scenario that I made up. Those are scenarios that, as a male who has female friends, like I have experienced female friends tell me, I'm broke. I'm going to talk to this guy so he can take me out to dinner because I know he wants to take me out. And I've heard the pre-planning of the blue balling of this guy. Like I've heard premeditated
blue balling.
Yeah, like premeditated ho fix. That's what I'm. It's just hoography. You know what I'm saying? I've heard all of it.
Is it a hoe when you know you will give up nothing?
Here's the thing, AG. It's still a hoe. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a hoe. This is a realization that I have, and I don't give a fuck how it sounds, because I'm gonna make a statement, and I need y'all to correct me if I'm wrong on this statement. All right?
You're right already. Come on, man.
So there have been, recently, I have never heard so many women acknowledging that guys are tricks. It's like a new thing. If the guys are tricks, don't by definition they have to be whores? Because you can't have a trick without a whore.
No, not
the scenario doesn't fit, AG. If you're calling a guy what he did for you, he's tricking his money on you.
Yes.
In exchange for whatever you're giving him.
Right.
It's money being exchanged to you for services you are rendering to them. Whore.
No, because you already set this up as right to refuse. Now, if a woman likes you and she decides to give you the pussy, then okay. But she has the, what did you say? The right of refusal.
You're right. But hoes got the right to refuse too.
No, not like a civilian woman. No way.
It's not the same, AG. But you have never heard a hoe say $10 and everything's on the table. It's always, hey, there's a price for everything.
No,
and if you don't financially make my price for the service that we are agreeing to, then services are not happening.
I hear what you're saying, but what you're saying, because see, my hoes, I love my hoes. Okay. She says $10 and everything's on the table. That's a binding contract. Now she's not making a lot of money.
But what I'm saying, I've never heard a chick say $10 and everything's on the table.
And that's exactly my point.
It's always a moving goalpost.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. You can't call them a hoe because a hoe doesn't have a moving goalpost. A hoe is going to tell you.
I'm offended, AG. I didn't call anybody a hoe. I said whore.
Okay. My bad. Let me put the hard R in it. Whores have a binding contract that needs to be fulfilled. And being that is the foundation of the relationship between, now she's the trick and you're the John, I respect that all day. What we're talking about is a woman that has the right to refuse and still get the money. That is called the long con. Or in this case, the relationship between men and women that has been perverted, that has made it a con. Because the natural thing to do is to take out a woman that you like. I mean, men actually feel that way. However,
so AG, thank you, man, because now I get it. So either you're a whore or you're an escort.
Right. No, that's not right. Because whores and escorts are the same thing. Whores and escorts are the same thing. Because again,
wait a minute.
Let me get through my thought. Because a whore and an escort are interchangeable, and it's not semantics. Because the difference between a whore, hard R, and an escort, hard T, is the amount of money and the probably the level of woman we're talking about. So if I want the female experience, I'm going to probably go to a prostitute that can give me all of those things. She's going to look right, she's going to dress right, she's going to say all the right things, all that stuff. Your whore will give me what whores do, and it'll happen in 20 minutes or so, and everything is everything. But the tie that binds them together is it's a contract that will be fulfilled. And there are consequences for not doing so. If a woman, a chaste woman, a civilian woman, can get everything she wants based on the hope that she'll give out something that she doesn't have to give out and had no intentions of giving it out. There's a huge difference. In that one item is why I respect my whores and my escorts so much. There is responsibility.
I'm confused on escort though, because I'm confused on escort because I've heard that there's escort services in which you're paying for all the experience minus the sex. That's what makes you an escort.
No, that's not it. You can't actually say sex, but if it happens, y'all grown. That's the difference. Now you're introducing semantics on the law.
But that's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of women who are out there being escorts.
No.
There's no agreed upon arrangement as sex, but if it happens, it happens. We both grown.
Even without the sex, the escort is giving you an experience that a chaste and civilian woman can't do and won't do. That's why I keep saying on the show that whores and escorts are so much better from a performance standpoint. Period. You name one woman on the planet that is a chaste civilian woman that on a regular basis, without being threatened or without wanting something, performs to that level. There isn't one walking.
Yeah, you're right. But in the famous words of, and not famous, they're famous to be in Reuben, but PD3, who was a famous lawyer in the Hampton Roads area, he told me straight up with a woman that wasn't his wife beside him, hey man, whether it's an escort or your wife, either way you're paying. Either way you're paying. And in that moment, at 26 years old, hearing this dude say that to me, probably one of the, if it's, every guy has a moment in their life in which some old school dude hit him with some true game, hit him with some young blood game. You know what I'm saying? Basically, young blooded me. He said that, and I was just like, sir, I will never forget the fact that you just said that to me. And here I am almost 20 years later, and I'm like, sir, I still haven't forgot. It's still just as relevant as the first time I heard it from you. And every other time I've heard it in my head in the exact voice that you said it in, with this woman who I didn't know because it wasn't the chick that was with you last week.
It wasn't your wife.
And none of those women were his wife. And I'm just like, hey, man, this dude has figured out life. Now, ladies, anybody listening, this is not me condoning his lifestyle. This is just me basically saying this dude has figured out life and how it works for him. And who am I to tell another man how to find his heaven?
Well, I'm glad that you brought that particular situation up. I thought you were going to say the other thing the guy said.
No.
Okay. Because my whole point was
He's right though. It should just be legal.
remember,
Should just be legal.
well, it sort of kind of is. But anyway, what my point is like I remember when somebody broke it down for me the same way, and I was mind blown. I haven't been right since, and it's been 30 years for me. So I'm sitting here going, wow. But that's where the love and respect for the service came from me, because I'm like, wait a minute. When you really add up what it costs you by percentage or dollar to have a wife, even a partner or girlfriend, because it's all the same. The motions, the mechanics of it are the same. Based on what you want and what fulfills you and what makes you, and this is pulling from the woman side of it, what makes you happy. The prostitution game can give it to you in a more cost-effective and sometimes cheaper point of entry to do business. I think sometimes, and it depends on who you're married to, because for me, it takes a lot of hoe for this to be true. But it is cheaper for you to buy an experience, the wifey experience. Or for me, I'm the emo on the show. For me, buy the wifey experience or buy the girlfriend experience, because I know how much ever time that my money can afford, it's going to be all about what I want to look at, to sound like, to talk about, or whatever it is. And all that's going to do, which the civilian women tend to understand, all that's going to do is drive me to work harder at my vocation, my profession, my business, to make more money, to give it to her, for her to give me something I like. It's priceless. It's priceless. It's like porn that's actually happening to you. It's priceless. So that's why I respect the profession. And I'm telling you, this is why men are not entitled, because everything women see us do that has all this power, is it more powerful for see someone toil over a job that gives them enough money to do thus and so, or to see somebody that can get it done without lifting a finger? Everything a man has, and everything, all the things that we're talking about right now, is attached to an enormous amount of responsibility, and it's not balanced. The amount of power a dude has is not balanced to the responsibility that he has. What did you call it? What did you say about like 2 or 3 months ago? You not a boss. All these women out here talking about being a boss, bitch.
Oh yeah, you're successful.
Takes care of people.
Yeah, you're successful. You're not a boss.
Exactly, and that's exactly my point. Because you're looking at a dude that says he's entitled and he has privilege and all the things, but he has like 1,000 people up under him that are driving cars that you can't afford.
That don't eat unless he makes it happen.
Exactly. If he decides
that's a boss. A boss is the reason everybody's eating.
Exactly.
Successful people make sure they have whatever they want to eat.
Exactly. And that's what men are strapped with when they come out of the womb. Women aren't strapped with that. They're not required to do anything.
So
even ones that believe in God act like God didn't say these things.
So AJ,
they're not required.
I want to try to simplify what you said, and I want you to correct me if I have simplified it in a way that fits which you feel is a simplified version. Because we also had a conversation a while ago where I made a statement about, like, men are driven by service and women strive for happiness. It sounds like what you're saying is, if men truly wanted to be happy, they would find prostitutes, not wives. But because men are built in servitude and built to provide, we seek wives. Now, don't get me wrong. When we young and trying to be happy, we basically are cool with the prostitution. But as soon as that piece of happiness is eliminated from us, as soon as we're just like, you know what, this being happiness shit gets old. Because women always say dudes doing all that hoeing around, eventually you're gonna get tired of it and you want somebody that truly cares about you. And all I hear is basically them saying, hey, eventually you're gonna realize your happiness don't mean shit. And when you realize that, you'll understand that it's your job to make me that way, not for you to be happy.
Yeah.
So
That's
it sounds
exactly
like you're basically like, hey, young brother, if you want to be happy, get a hoe.
Oh, yeah.
You want to have purpose, get a wife.
Wow.
Because you said it about your own wife, like the entire show, the show that I was listening to on Friday afternoon. You were like, my feelings, her feelings are fact. My feelings are my feelings.
Yeah.
And
They're
it hit me
my
in the face.
feelings.
Right.
Her feelings are our reality. My feelings are my feelings.
Exactly. And I remember when he said it, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was so funny because this information I already knew. So I'm like, again, when you're with a prostitute, it is the exact opposite. She is here for you, sir. And her reward is that you call her again and you tell your friends about her. So she stays where she wants to be and everybody's happy. Because in her mind, the customer's always right. So if you can find that, I mean, relatively speaking, if you can find that in a woman that's legit, I would say marry that woman. But what I'm also telling you is women that perform at that level on a consistent basis, no, that's not.
So Ruben, AG is telling you, stop playing the fence, my G. You either got to find you a hoe or a wife, bro. You can't be on the fence, my G.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Straddling is not an option.
No, it's not. So
all I was gonna do is get your dick hurt. So
that's my answer to your question, and that's the reasons why.
All right.
Men are not truly entitled because there's an entitlement is something you get for free. A true entitlement is something you get for free.
There are too many responsibilities attached to anything that could be perceived as entitlement on our end.
Exactly.
I gotta say, I agree.
All right. Appreciate you. Good information for those out there and for me.
And ladies, I did not. Nobody up here said hoe. We said whores. We were talking about the actual profession. So if you feel like what we did was describe what you do, then we're saying you're the profession of whore. And that's okay, you know what I'm saying? And it's 2025, man. Like we say you should have whatever career you want to have, you know what I'm saying? And like I believe in your ability to thrive in whatever career path you see fit. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be a top-notch whore, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like be the best whore you can be.
Yeah, what they say, somebody's a whore, but they're a hoe when they're not fucking you.
No, that's the difference between a bitch and a hoe. That's the difference between a bitch and a hoe.
I'm learning so much right now.
Yeah, see. I'm just saying, AG, because a hoe fucks everybody. A bitch fucks everybody but you.
Understood. One becomes implied and then one becomes inferred. I get that.
Yeah,
that's genius.
So you just got to make sure you use the correct connotation when you're speaking to that young lady.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be out here calling this bitch a hoe and calling that hoe a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to fit.
I'm so glad I have to do neither.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Me too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely glad I don't know all these hoes' names. You know what I'm saying? Because I get exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Try to have to memorize all the hoes' names. Like shit. Like that. Those are pronouns I'm okay with. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with those pronouns. Damn, every time I say bitch, my dog busts up in the room.
You call your dog a bitch a lot?
No, that's what I'm curious. I'm just like, who hurt you?
Maybe your wife's like, hey, Judy, they talk about you again. So, more of the story is, yeah, if you're a bitch or a hoe, it's not a positive thing.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like I gathered this from that, man, because I feel like we're giving tremendous respect to anybody who chooses to be a whore.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But I said, bitch,
you're right. You're right. That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to make a connotation. Like I said, if we're calling you a bitch, that's negative. They ain't no spinning that, unless we put a positive adverb before it. You know what I'm saying? Like we say sexy bitch. You know, it's, oh, that's different.
Ooh, this is a sexy bitch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It just feels different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, by definition, I still did say bitch. But let's not forget about the sexy part. I did throw the compliment in there. I mean, look, because basically throwing whatever you put in front of bitch, you're magnifying. Because if I say ugly bitch, ooh, I just double down on the bitch. You know what I'm saying? But
or fat bitch.
If I said fat bitch, ooh, I just doubled down. I fat shamed you and I called you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I say sexy bitch, I'm just saying, like, you know, don't get me wrong. I still acknowledge the fact that it is disrespectful. But like for you to think that across the street, when I see you with that fat ass, that I know your name off rip, come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I know about you is that you a sexy bitch. That's all I know about you.
This has to be what it's like to be three white dudes trying to figure out how to say nigga and justifying it all.
Well, no, Bill Burr actually had it in his comedy special. He was like, yo, white people could just save themselves trouble if we put the race of the person behind.
Yeah, I saw that today.
You know what I'm saying? And when he said it, I'm like, he's absolutely right.
Yes. I could not agree more, because I gave my phone to my wife to show her that. I said, does it hit different? She said it does.
It absolutely does. He's like, yeah, you know, black dude tells a story, this Asian motherfucker, and like all of a sudden you're interested. Like, hey, what did this Asian motherfucker do?
Exactly.
He said, when I tell the story, you know, I'd be like, man, this fucking Asian.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, buddy, like, what we doing here?
Why they gotta be Asian?
Hey man, that was hilarious. Oh my god,
it was hilarious because it was fucking right.
Yeah, I agree.
Because honestly, when he said, I'm like, he's absolutely right. It just feels different. Yes, it's literally the same thing. Just feels different.
But it's not. True.
Well, all right. I'm glad we can educate people today. Men are entitled to whatever they feel they're entitled to. But when it's all said and done,
I felt very entitled to say bitch and hoe a lot in this episode.
I was about to say,
you know, because I don't think I've ever said it this many times in one episode. Like,
I guess the biggest question is, would you rather be a bitch or a hoe? I mean,
personally,
because being a bitch is forever.
Yes, I was about to say, personally, I'd rather be a hoe, because at least that means I've been established at being good at something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look, it's established that I'm consistent across the board. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I do.
And I'll do that with you. There we go. So on your mind, AG?
Mo is on my mind, actually.
Uh-oh.
I mean, hey, pause, bro.
Really? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? I'm sorry. Pause. But I've been listening to old shows still, because now I'm addicted. I listen to them every day. And it's like, he said, number one, I feel bad for you, Ruben. But I mean, Mo is just coming after you, man. You got to learn how to talk better, bro, because he is just eating you alive no matter what you say, if it's crazy. But that's not really why I'm talking about him today. Y'all are in a conversation. I wasn't on this show. Y'all are in a conversation about the playoffs between, I think it wasn't the Lakers, but that's how the conversation started. But it was between the Nuggets and someone else. And apparently there was a player that had beef with another player, but it wasn't really about that player as much as it was the organization or something else. And Mo was like, I actually feel bad for the dude. And this is the quote. I'm going to read this because I need to get this right.
Damn, you wrote it down?
Fuck yeah, I wrote it down. It was the funniest shit ever. He said, I'm KFC because I'm about to give you these buckets. I lost it. That shit was funny. I am KFC because I'm about to give you these buckets. That was the funniest shit I heard in about 2 weeks.
And I think that's something I actually said to Kira when I was playing basketball against her one time when she was little, when she was first getting into, because I realized if I taught just a little bit of stuff to Kira, she just couldn't deal with it. It would just like ruin her.
Actually, I'm glad you said that, because the second thing that was so funny was you being so disappointed in your daughters because they're not good counterpunchers and you were just sad.
Oh, AG, you missed the conversation that Ruben was privy to earlier this week about that very thing. About that very thing. So here, like, so my oldest Kira is about to her basketball tryouts are this week, and she was talking. So she was like amped. She was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah, I gotta work on my trash talking. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm be out here, and I'm just like, nah. Just how about you just don't talk trash? And then Cadence like piggybacked off and made it worse because Cadence was like, you're not good at it. And I was like,
you said that to her?
Yeah, that's what Cadence said. And I was just like, yeah, Kira, that's kind of what I was getting to. Like, you know, you gotta know your strengths. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's very important to have self-awareness when you're on the court. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not good at it. Like, and it's okay. And I was like, you gotta. She was like, but I want to be able to talk trash. So all the good players talk trash. I'm like, no, not true. People who are good at talking trash talk trash. Not, and that person is not you. That's not what you're good at. I said, you gotta learn how to talk trash in a different way. I said, maybe your trash talking's got to be like, you got to be the super nice person on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Duncan.
Like, yeah, yeah, and that's exactly what I said. I was like, yo, Tim Duncan used to be super nice, and people who talk trash said it used to drive them crazy because he would be respectful and nice to you on the court. And I'm just like, yo, maybe that's your route, because like you're always happy and chipper and joyful, and that'll make somebody more mad than your weak ass trash talk. Like you're not good at it. Like your trash talking is confusing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
And look, man, see, at first I used to think, oh man, I just didn't equip Kira with like a good enough ability to counterpunch. And you know what I'm saying? Like she's not quick with it enough. And then I realized it's not that she's not quick with it. She's too fucking smart. So like her trash talking has to be so elaborate that it takes too long. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here giving book reports for a trash talking session. You know what I'm saying? It's like how like 3 sentences in, somebody, hey motherfucker, get to the insult already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? But like,
anyway,
Cadence was just the whole time like, nah, you just can't do it. You're not good at it.
Well, I'm saying those two things, especially the KFC thing, because the KFC thing, when you said it in the podcast, when you said it, I happened to be at a light, and so at least I could get myself together before the green light came on, because I promise you it was the funniest shit ever. In fact, I've seen 3 or 4 KFC commercials and I'm chuckling to myself like every time. So anyway, so that's what's on my mind. I'm KFC because I'm about to give you these buckets. It's still so funny. Oh my God.
Jesus.
That's what's on my mind. So thank you, Mo.
All right, Mr. KFC. What's on your mind?
Hey, man, call me the Colonel, baby. Call me the Colonel. You know what I'm saying?
Why,
Got
you still got
12
that secret stuff?
Yeah, got 12 spices for you, man. 12 spices. and depending on how I feel that day, I might give you original or crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's so many things you can say after you say that.
Poor AG.
No, man, that's actually what's on my mind, man. Like, yo, watching like my 2 girls like grow up and be completely different Like they're so polar opposite. And then I realized, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of those people who get super big on the whole what's your sign, what's your zodiac and all that. I've never okay, that's not true. I was super well versed on all of it. I used to read the books and everything, so I knew a lot about it. But like I don't really subscribe to that as much as I know a lot of people do. But like it's hard for me not to really feel like I truly am a Gemini when I look at my daughters because I'm like, man, they're so polar opposite. And I'm like, but it's me. Both versions of them are me. And it's just, it's amazing and scary all at the same time. Because I'm like, they're both extreme versions of like the whole package of me. Where I feel like I'm balanced because I do feel I am both. They're completely unbalanced. And the older they get, I feel like the less balanced they get. And it's kind of like, because Cadence, man, she's the most chill person I may have ever met in my fucking life. Like, she's so chill, it's starting to annoy me.
But
Like,
you're chill too, so how does it annoy you?
Exactly. But like it's starting to annoy me because I'm just like, this heifer thinks she better than me.
A heifer?
Yeah, I turned to my mom. Like all of a sudden, just like this heifer thinks she better than me. You know, because you know, it will be in the house chilling. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm chilling hard. And then I look over her and I'm like, how the fuck is she chilling better than me? Like I've got 40 plus years of experience on how to chill, and she done figured this shit out in 13. Like she's the master, not giving a fuck. Like
You're not looking at the entire thing. She's been looking at the one for all of those 13 years. So what are you talking about?
Look, man, I don't think any sensei ever truly wants their student to be better than them. Like, I want you to get better than me, but let me be dead first. You know what I'm saying? Like, honor my death. You know what I'm saying? Honor my death by getting better than me. Don't
You don't want to experience that greatness that you gave her? You gave her that greatness.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm great enough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I'm good, okay, bro.
All right.
Like I want to see that you can be better than me without necessarily seeing you be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, cause you making it look too easy. You know what I'm saying? You making it look way too easy, my G. Like,
but she didn't have to work for it. She inherited it.
See, I agree with you, and I be wanting to give myself credit for it, but I can only give myself credit for things that I'm capable of attaining. She be on a whole nother level of not giving a fuck, and I'd be like, damn. I feel like I need to practice a little bit more and work on my craft because she be out here avoiding F's. You know what I'm saying? Like not
so there are F's to give, and she
like
just avoids them.
The F's are floating in the atmosphere. Like there's a rain shower full of F's above her, and she ain't getting wet. You know what I'm saying?
She Neo.
She dry as fuck, man. Not giving two wavy flying fucks. Like she's just, and I'm just like, man, you've got the most chill aura. Like to the point when something is bothering her, even when something bothering her, she look chill about it. I can tell that you bothered, but you like the most unbothered looking bothered person I've ever seen in my life.
But that's you.
So like today, you know, she basically at an AAU basketball trial playing with one arm because her shoulder's hurting. She walks in with a sling, takes the sling off, practices, does pretty solid at practice. Not her best, but she comes in, she walks out the gym, she looks at her mom. Her mom's like, "What's wrong?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't make the team." And then she gets in the car like that's it. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't make the team. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, look, I know how much this means to you. So I know you not making the team would be a big deal to you. So, but you just said it like you were basically just saying, oh man, the temperature sure is dropping out here. And then you just got in the car. Like it was such a casual statement. So then I'm in the car. I'm like, why you think you made the team? You know, it felt like there's a whole bunch of people in there better than me, but that's all. But you know, I just keep working. And I'm just like, no, you're not supposed to be this chill and level-headed about something that you really care about.
Okay.
You're
Time out.
13.
Time out.
AG, at
bro.
13, I
Time
can
out.
process the idea of losing.
You still talking. Time out. I have to say this. You have been on this show and told us about you reprimanding those girls about not being that. They live with their father for their entire lives. Their grandmother is who she is. And you're like, how can you be surprised at any of this? What you just said, the quote that you gave us about what she said is exactly how you would respond. Exactly how you would respond. How are you surprised by any of this? I don't even know him.
AG, that's exactly how I'd respond as an adult.
No.
At 13 years old, man. At 13 years old, I was so motivated by not losing that I couldn't process the idea of losing. Like I had a hard time dealing with saying someone was better than me. Like, so to just casually say it with like a self-awareness that didn't come to me until I was damn near in college. And she just has it now. Once again, AG, yes, she sounds like I sound now. She sounds like I sound as an adult, but as a teenager, nah, man, I wasn't that. And because I know me, I was more like Kira, who cares so much that it like affects other aspects of her life. I was more like her.
Cold-blooded.
Only thing I'm saying is, if you're rich, no matter how you slice it, if you're rich, your kids are rich.
True.
You developed a lot of things were extracted out of you because of your childhood, which I have spent a lot of time hearing about the last couple of weeks. And so when you say this stuff to me now, and I have all this new information, well, actually it's not new, but I have this refreshed information. All of the wealth that your mom helped you build by molding you the way that she did, and your personality taking to it the way that it did, you're sitting around there in your house with these kids, and by osmosis, you have made them who they are. And I'm telling you right now, all of the things that she's doing comes natural to her in two ways. She's your daughter, number one. Number two, you are exactly this person that she sees every day for the last umpty years. And I'm telling you, it's going to be easier for her to get where you are now. Not only is she doing it easier because she's your daughter, she's doing it faster because the examples are there every day. And that's why I'm sitting here going, what are you talking about, bro?
She too good at it, bro.
Okay.
Speaking of which, the thing that was really on my mind is I read Roy Wood Jr., comedian, CNN host of Have I Got News for You, the English version. And his book was awesome. I highly recommend his book. It's a really awesome reflection of stories of his life and how he got to where he is. But he says a line which has kind of been sitting with me, and it's probably the most prevalent thing I've ever read or heard anyone say about parenthood. And he said, as a parent, you want to give your kid everything that you think makes you good, or things that you think makes you the solid person you are, without giving them all of the trauma that was required for you to get there. And I'm just like, yo, that's really accurate statement. Like hence the Cadence thing. She being super cool. I want her to get there, but I didn't want her to have to get there through the way I got there. And basically she said, yeah, hold my beer. I don't need any of that shit you went through. I can just be cool. I can just wake up cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I'm not cool. Cool is me. You know what I'm saying? Like when Cole is out here describing itself, it's like, man, it's real cadence out here today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Was she your Chuck Norris?
yeah. When it comes to cool, she is a Chuck Norris, and when it comes to like being emotionally invested in something, it's Kira. And seeing her be so micro focused on what she wants to do, whatever Kira decides she wants to do, she's so hyper focused on getting it done that it scares me, because she like forgets about everything else in life that matters. To the point where like it gets really annoying, because like you disrespectful, unappreciative jerk, you like don't stop working so hard at that one thing and be balanced enough to be alright at everything else. Like this thing, AG, I'm not even asking to be good at everything. Like just don't be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that what you're asking?
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Like, look, every kid wants their kid to be like a Jordan level of good about something. However, you don't want her to be a Jordan level of asshole too. And
almost synonymous, aren't they?
Exactly. Unfortunately, you can't do one without the other. So I'm just like, hey, let's be a little less Jordan. Be a little less Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
You want to be Pippen then?
You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily Pippen, because he come off as a hater a lot of times. But let's be a little less Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Look. Hey, look, I don't like everything LeBron does, but like, can we be a little bit more LeBron? At least he seems a little bit more balanced as a human being. But yeah, that's it. I don't want to start talking about LeBron and then Ruben get mad.
Why would I get mad?
Same reason I'm mad at the other show I'm listening to. Y'all had some spirited conversations about LeBron and Lakers. It was hilarious. You got to go back and listen to those old shows.
I mean, look, man.
He's not a fan.
I'm not. I'm a legit LeBron hater, even though he's a Laker.
And I think that's why you come off a little soft now, because he is a Laker.
With him, unfortunately, I don't have a choice.
Like it's weird, because you're like the only Laker fan that I've ever met that is not a Kobe person, a Jordan person, or a LeBron person. And you said it yourself. You weren't a fan of Kobe's game. But I think you became a fan of Kobe, the person later in his career, because and I would say that I was not a huge fan of Kobe's game, but the person, like towards the end of his career, when he was just out here finally being himself and not trying to be a carbon copy of Jordan, I was just like, hey, Kobe, you kind of could have been that the whole time, man, because like you're the type of jerk I like now. Like when you was trying to emulate Jordan, you was kind of a bitch, but like when you started being you, I was like, hey, man, this is kind of the asshole. I could get with this ass. I'd have been a Kobe guy if you was this your whole career.
Yep, 100%.
Oh, before I forget, everything that you predicted, you weren't really predicting. I shouldn't say that, but because of the context of this, everything that you predicted about Luka came true. There was some points that you had about him being that Dallas trading Luka would not be a bad idea because of thus and so. And if this happened, whatever, and 90% of it was accurate. Still.
Are we talking about me or are you talking about Moby?
Moby.
Oh, I don't care.
Damn.
Hey, AG, you talk about I be giving him a hard time.
No, this is what I say. You give him a hard time when he's being foolish and outrageous or simplistic. That's all I'm saying. And it's funny because you're right. But what he just did is exactly what he's about to.
Ruben, you're consistent, sir. And
exactly. And that means a lot to you, by the way. You say something about being consistent like at least once a month.
Hey, man, that shit mean a lot to me, man.
It does. It does. You can tell a lot about a person, man, when you sit back and listen. I'm like, hey, I learned stuff about all of us, actually. But yeah, what you said about Luka, 90% of that stuff was true. And it wasn't even in the works at that point. They hadn't even gotten to the finals, which would lead into him getting traded. And so, yeah, I think it was.
Damn, you made me want to listen to it now, because I'd be like, hey, man, I like knowing I be right sometimes, because I say a lot of fucked up shit that don't be right.
When was this?
No. I want to talk about sports predictions. I say a lot of shit because I don't mind being out there, put myself on a limb about certain things. So when I actually do be right about something, I kind of want to beat my chest a little bit and be like, yeah, I did that shit.
Actually, you did that shit quite often, sir. I'm just saying, if you have some extra time, you should listen to some of the older shows. especially if the ones that are old enough for something significant to have happened. Yeah, it's kind of creepy sometimes, actually. But what you said about Luka, 90% of what you said was like spot on.
I don't remember what he said.
I don't either. Now I want to know.
Yeah, see, it was a litany of things, and so I would have to go back and listen and write them down. But if you want to go back and listen to 177, I think it was 177. Do so, because it was. I mean, both of y'all were really good because y'all are going back and forth about the playoffs for sure. And there was a player, I forgot the name of the guy. Mo says, "Yeah, if y'all got him, you'd be glad." And then Rue was like, "Oh, fuck him." I was like, "But you'd be glad he got him." He said, "Yeah, I would be." And that sounds like y'all too. But anyway, you did say that about Luka. It was accurate.
I just want you to know, AG, that's why you are the best producer in the game. Like, we got almost 300 episodes, and you was just like, "Yeah, I think it's episode 177." Like, bro, I don't remember what I don't remember fucking what episode we're on now. And you remember something that happened over 100 episodes ago,
bro. I mean, I'm listening to it for an assortment of reasons, but I'm telling you, man, the show is really good, and it's really cool to listen to us talk about something that happened 3 or 4 years ago, because 9 out of 10 times, no matter what we're saying, it still matters, and it did come true. Nothing we say is outlandish. It only sounds that way because apparently no one else is saying it. Everything that we say is legit. Ruben will say something and say, "Hey, man, it still matters." You'll say something and say, that shit happened. I'll say something and it's like, "Yeah, that happened. I tried to tell him." And so that's kind of what it is. Like I said, it's a lot of fun to listen to the older shows because it's a lot of collective wisdom, and it's really smart. 3 smart guys talking about whatever it is. So that's all I'm saying. That's why it's a whole lot of fun.
Talking about some dumb shit, because that is the perfect segue. 3 smart guys talking about some dumb shit.
Well, I'm just saying. So yeah, man, the whole show is good, but I do appreciate the compliment. But I'm just letting you know, man. I said it a couple weeks ago. This show is really good. It's and this is not just because I'm on it. The show is really good. So just saying. But yeah, I started like 169. So those 7 or 8 shows, golden. And Florida Evans, you have forever changed me, sir. I mean, in her defense, I understand where she's coming from, but looking at it, stepping back and taking a bird's eye view, absolutely right. Couldn't imagine. It's like you're just absolutely right. And it's the funniest shit ever. But I do like the show. And I didn't realize how much you don't like it. And that feeds into your attitude.
Despise that fucking show, man.
That's what you said.
That
show.
Same.
I love Good Times. It's entertainment, but I understand where y'all are coming from. Like I said, I can't look at the show the same again.
As soon as the song comes on and I hear the words to the song, I'm just like, why would we enjoy this?
I'm just saying, man, look, all the thing I'm saying is
Hanging in a Child Line is a lyric to the theme song.
Good times.
And then we yell "Good Times." And then we say, "Ain't we lucky we got them."
Like we don't deserve good times.
I get the sentiment of the song. You know what I'm saying? I get what the overlining message is. But hey, when you take a step back as a black guy, you just like, are y'all niggas saying we supposed to be happy about these living conditions? Like we supposed to stand up and say, "Ain't we lucky we got them?"
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Maybe one of y'all know. What the fuck does Walona do for work?
She works at the boutique.
Yeah.
I ain't know.
Actually, she could have got out of ghetto a couple times.
I was going to say, like, she's really paid because she got the same big ass apartment as the Evans do, and they struggle to make rent, and she never struggles. So
that's also because we all know she was slinging that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was some dudes coming through every now and then.
But the only one that they actually showed was Frank.
Was Frank? Yep.
That's the only man that Willona went out with that they actually gave, a history to.
Yeah. So everybody else was just them tricks.
But the funny thing about that is,
Jesus,
Willona, like I said, she could have got to ghetto a couple times, and this is one of them. Frank was loaded. He was in construction and doing quite well. He was the owner of his own firm. And Willona got upset when Frank bought the boutique. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I know you like working here. I know this and that and the other. You need to be the boss." So he bought it for her and gave her the title. Now, I understand where she's coming from, but personally, I always thought it was the stupidest shit ever. But she said, I'm not quoting her, I'm just paraphrasing. Basically, what she was saying was, I want to get it on my own. I don't need your money. So he sold the boutique. She retained her position, and she stayed in the ghetto. And because of that, their relationship didn't work out. And it was the love of her life. I thought that was the dumbest shit I'd ever seen.
You see, because the show was trying to program the inevitability of the breakdown of the black family, because what it was trying to do was inspire women to be like, these niggas ain't shit. You don't need them.
He's not wrong. It's funny, but
these niggas ain't shit. You don't need them. See, look at her. She's showing you how to be an independent, strong, dumbass black woman.
Is he wrong? She's making decisions off of pretend stuff.
Because the thing is, not like he was trying to control her.
No, he
wanted. It ain't like he was trying to buy her. He was just like, "Yo, you really like working here? I think you deserve to be the owner. Here you go. No strings attached. No strings attached. I ain't saying you got to marry me because of this. I'm just saying, here you go. Now I want to get it on my own." Bitch, nobody gets it on their own.
No lies detected.
None. But anyway, like I said, man, it's just like I just
ain't we lucky we got him.
Exactly. So anyway, that's what was on my mind. I had to say that before I forgot it.
Fuck that show. Fuck that show. I know it's important for black people. I ain't trying to, minimize the contributions to blackness about it. But man, fuck
don't lie to the people.
No. It definitely was an important show, contribution for black people because, bro, it was a whole show with black actors.
Yeah, that's all through
it. I'm saying that's important. It was a show that had black people actually being black people. Now, in all the worst ways sometimes, but still, black people being black people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it wasn't that bad.
But I do all the worst ways sometimes.
I'll accept that. Sometimes, yes.
But no, so it's an important show because of that. But like, yo, man, you're not gonna try to convince me that was the pinnacle of black cinema. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not what we finna do.
Based off of black exploitation.
See, it was a rough time, man. It was a rough time.
The 70s in general were just like we were taking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a rough time, man.
Yeah, I like black exploitation movies. I'm not a fan.
They were awful,
especially Rudy Ray, man.
I mean, but can we at least laugh at Rudy Ray shit though?
Man, who was Rudy Ray though? What movie was he in?
Dolomite,
man.
Oh yeah, because I haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to get so I can watch it. I haven't seen any Dolomites. Yeah. And I'm not talking about the Eddie Murphy thing either. I want to see the actual.
You've never seen any Dolomite movie?
Bruh.
Wait a minute. I have seen some Dolomite. I have seen
the
one
worst
film.
Editing in the history.
You're not wrong. But I mean, even Coffee and Foxy Brown. I think probably Cleopatra Jones was actually probably the best one.
Nah.
I'm just saying, like, Ruben, I'm gonna make a statement because I know you don't like the Dolomite thing, but what I'm gonna say is like. I think it's an accurate comparison, man. Dolomite, without Dolomite, there is no Master P. Because Dolomite, his biggest contribution was the fact he did that shit on his own for the real, man.
No, I get it.
Like
No.
that shit was all him. He ain't let nobody else have to no parts in it.
Not at all.
And then when you think about people like Master P and Too Short, like all the independent rap artists that like got big off doing shit independent, they really pretty much got a Dolomite laid the groundwork. He showed you that it was possible.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that, but the moves were absolutely horrible.
Oh, absolutely. No one's questioning.
When
that.
you see the goddamn microphone in the
Hey,
shot.
I guess.
No, the greatest one
Oh,
is when
man.
he does his little spin kick, and
Oh,
he's like a whole foot away. He doesn't even touch the guy. It's the greatest shit ever.
Hey,
But the boom mic just hanging down like
The
this.
boom might just
Yeah, that's
hanging
it.
down, bro.
he must have been hiring people off the street, bro. I'm like, that's
He just didn't edit anything.
that's
He's
not
like,
about. That's not. You can't edit that out, man. That's just. It is what it is. And the cameraman wasn't like, bro, I see the microphone. Didn't nobody say nothing? I'm like, you know what? I can't. Wow. But
It
anyway,
is what it is, man. So what's on my mind is it's kind of already been brought up. Next week is 300 episodes of 5 Minute Warning.
that's right. $2.99 right here. So yeah, 300. Wow. Way feel, man. 300. Bro.
100 episodes.
300.
Longest relationship I've ever been in.
Oh, here we go. I think you're obligated to say that like every time.
I am. Look, man, you say it from the beginning. You got to keep saying it until something comes and trumps that shit.
Truth.
But like, yo, man, I mean, real talk is like we so big, we got people spamming our page now. Like, we ain't used to have that shit before. Like, I feel like we done made it. But yeah, man, a lot of thanks to everyone. A lot of just, I can't believe this shit. Yeah, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. I'll be more thankful next week though. Got a lot of surprises, got a lot of changes, got a lot of announcements. And I figured, I could have did some of that this week. I could have did some of that last week. Nah, 300, baby. We got to get it done. So I'm excited. My heart is full, and I can't wait to open up the 300th episode next week. I'm excited. I'm very am. And like AG says, man, like you can go through, listen to the old shit, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the craziness, the stupidity. And there's probably 5 episodes in which I actually get the best of Moby out of 299. So I'll take that. But yo, man, 299 episodes is still some shit. I hope my voice is back next week. I'm excited. Yeah. Next week's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of awesome. So please make sure you're here next week. And as always, tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell someone about us. We are here every Sunday night, almost 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not really CPT. We got in trouble for back like season 2 or season 3. And we can't do that no more because people be bitching. And hey, I like thank Moby, I like thank AG, I like thank everybody who listens to us live or listen to us on YouTube, or you listen to us on Twitch, or you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Hell, you can listen to us on Audible. Like, go figure, Audible. We ain't a book, but you can listen to us. But hey, next week, we're going to do this for the 300th time. 300th time. I will get to thank everybody to the show. And we're going to do it again. So, once again, appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate Moby. Appreciate AG. And as always, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.